It's that time of the year. Some say the best time to wear your fragrances, a darker, spicier, boozier, leathery kind of fragrances, the stuff I love the most. You have cooler days, we have cooler nights, and of course the festive seasons, which we have all the spices and tastes and flavors. We're talking about the fall/autumn season 2022. My top choices to wear this year. I'm telling you this year, guys, I've curated an amazing list. If I may say so, the best one ever. Let's go. This will be one of the most comprehensive and extensive fall lists ever. As you know, I don't do 3 videos here anymore for each season. I used to do an affordable, a designer, and a niche. Now we have 2 videos. This is going to be a top 15. Again, all choices here curated to the T, tried and true, incredible scents. We're going to kick the list off with this one here from German company, 𝗔𝗍𝗿𝗄𝗏. This is him. Now the reason why I love this one is because it's going to have a very nice, spicy cardamom with a fruity nuance. It is very reminiscent of 𝗏𝗏𝗏 from Yves Saint Laurent, but like the way it used to be. Long-lasting, powdery, spicy, and very seductive. 𝗔𝗍𝗿𝗄𝗏, this is him at the 15th spot. This one, guys, for the price, phenomenal stuff, and get this, better performance in the current formulations of 𝗏𝗏𝗏. That's simple. I've been saying this for many years since I've reviewed this fragrance for you guys. I'll pop the card up here. This is Versace Eros Flame. This, to me, the best from the line. It's catching on right now. You see people talking about this one, making top lists, but I was the one that told you guys this is the best one, period. It's the most refined, sophisticated one from the bunch, and I love that peppery orange up top with the rose, the vanilla, and the patchouli. This one here, guys, amazing for the fall season, just perfection. Like the red bottle here, this is fire. From Brioni, this is Brioni EDP Intense. I believe it was released either earlier this year or late last year. Don't quote me on that, but I love this one here because it's going to have this green apple / leather and a little bit of a vanilla with a hint of oud in the base. Quite nice, very wearable. You can wear this all year round, but I think in the fall, this stuff here for dresser occasions will make you shine like a diamond. At the 12th spot, one of my favorite fragrances to wear around this time of the year, Costume National Homme Parfum, 2021 release. Love this stuff. This is going to be a hefty dose of cinnamon with beautiful sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver trifecta. This stuff is amazing. It's very different than anything you've tried. It has a little bit of a boozy feel to it, but it's not a boozy fragrance. It's mostly a musky patchouli and sandalwood with a nice earthy vetiver undertone with a little bit of a sweetness to it, but definitely a nice hefty cinnamon dose up top. At the 11th spot, we have a fragrance from Emporio Armani, my favorite from the collection. The latest one, the Oud edition, is growing on me. Maybe that'll make my top winter, but this is definitely still my number 1 from this line, the Stronger With You collection. This is the leather. Love this stuff. A little hard to find, but you could definitely find this and all the fragrances on this list at fragrancebuy.ca for great price and the best place for great deals on discounted fragrances. Obviously, when you guys go into that site, be sure to check out the new arrivals and also the Rare Gems tabs so you guys don't miss out on hard to find discontinued fragrances and of course the new releases, just like this one here was back in 2021. So Stronger With You leather, guys, amazing, very similar to the original with that roasted chestnut, vanilla and tonka, lavender kind of a vibe. What I love about this one is that they added this nice suede leather feel to the fragrance that surrounds the composition, making it, a little more refined, a little more, sensual for the fall season. This will wrap you around just like you're wearing a perfectly made-to-measure suede leather jacket. I have spoken highly about this fragrance for years. It made top lists for many, many years. Compliment, fall, you name it, this has it all, checks all the boxes. It's sensual, it's classy, it's gentlemanly-like, and it's similar to a very expensive fragrance from Yves Saint Laurent private collection, Tuxedo, of course. Now you know I'm talking about Moustache Eau de Parfum from Rojas. This stuff, amazing patchouli with dried fruits, rose, and pepper. This one here, guys, absolutely incredible. And for the price point, this is a must-have. At the 9th spot, we have a fragrance that I've covered for you guys, but not only this fragrance, I talked about the whole entire line in depth. I'm gonna put the card up here. Go check out the video because you're gonna know everything you need to know about this and every fragrance within this line. This is Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. This is this year's edition, the brand new from the line. I love about this fragrance the most because it has a darker, spicier nuance that you did not get with the original. The original was amazing, great performing, but it was more of a floral gourmand, ambery. This one here leans more masculine, like I said, darker, spicier, and definitely heavier. I love the depth that this fragrance has. I think it's perfection for evening fall season, guys. This is a must try if you haven't already. Definitely check out the full review so you can get details in full about this new release. At the 8th spot, this is a weird looking bottle. Quite tacky, to be honest with you, but the fragrance itself is amazing. It's one of those things, I'm happy I blind bought this fragrance because this was probably in the top 5 favorite discoveries I've made so far in the designer side of things this year. This is Philippe Plein No Limits. And what this fragrance is, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a dark leather, cardamom, spices, bourbon vanilla. So there's that bourbon boozy facet to the fragrance. And get this fragrance has a very similar vibe to Jeremy Fragrance's Black Tie, which I think costs $300 or close to $300. This one here, very affordable, very powerful, and the same nose of this fragrance made Black Tie for Jeremy Fragrance. So this goes to show there's definitely a lot of similarities here. If you like that fragrance, you're gonna love this one. If you haven't tried that fragrance, you still love this one because it is a very nice, attention-commanding, very unique leather fragrance. Loving this stuff, guys. You definitely see a commonality, you definitely see a familiarity with my fragrances when I talk about a certain time of the year, a certain season. With these fragrances, most of them will have cardamom, heavy spices, some vanilla, some cinnamon, definitely leather, booziness, and some tobaccos here because these are definitely the better notes that I feel for my taste, for my skin in the fall season. Next up, we have one here that I love because it has this licorice, burnt sugar kind of a vibe. Definitely my favorite from this line. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Mot Le Parfum. Love this stuff. I wore this stuff a couple of times with my wife. I tend to wear this mostly in the fall for special occasions with my wife because I love the way it smells. And of course, I have a lot of great memories associated with this fragrance for me and her. So Le Parfum, love this stuff. You get that burnt, sugar with the licorice vibe up top. There's definitely some lavender here, some vanilla in the base. It is quite nice. I classify this as a woody, spicy, aromatic scent. Definitely the most mature from the collection and also the most intriguing at that. Leather, vanilla, incense, papyrus, a little bit of an oud vibe here. This fragrance, guys, a juggernaut, an amazing fragrance. I would even far saying a masterpiece from Issey Miyake. By now, you know it's l'Odyssée pour Homme Noir Ambre. For a while, it was extremely hard to find. It came back in stock. It was sold out a couple of times. Then for like more than a year, nobody could find this fragrance. It was fetching $200 to $300 online. Right now, the time I'm shooting this fragrance video, this is available and there's plenty in stock. So pause the video, go get one. If you always wanted to try this, you can also try this and every fragrance on this list at perfume.com. You can use my code, all information below, of course, if you want to try before you buy. Get it, you can't live with it, make sure you love it. But the price you're gonna get this is quite good for what you're gonna get here. This is a big fragrance, guys. Beautiful fragrance for the fall. Like I said, the papyrus note almost gives this like a nice boozy undertone. You have some spices here, some incense, some vanilla, a hint of oud. This is a beast of a fragrance, incredible performance, smells like $1,000,000. There isn't a time where I wear this fragrance that I don't get stopped and what the hell are you wearing? You smell phenomenal. Issey Miyake Noir Ambre will have that effect. I'm telling you, it has for me. I'm sure it'll work for you. If you have a taste similar to mine, this is a beast of a fragrance. Top 5, guys. These are going to be the ones that I'll be reaching out the most in the next 3 months or so. As you know, fall will be here in about 2 weeks. This is one of the best designer releases of the year so far. It's a marriage between Stronger With You meets Dior Homme Intense. That's exactly right. Love this stuff. We're talking iris, leather, spices. It's creamy. It's a little bit balsamic, a little bit powdery. This is Givenchy's Gentleman Reserve Privé. Big name and also a big fragrance, guys. Absolutely a stunner of a fragrance. If you haven't tried this one, you're missing out big time. It's got this cocoa, patchouli, iris kind of a vibe, similar to what you get with Dior Homme Intense. It's sweet and creamy like you get with Stronger With You from Armani, but this is a better fragrance. Current formulations of Dior Homme Intense have really gone down as far as performance goes. This one here performs well, smells amazing, and it has the same vibe as the fragrance I'm talking about. So if you like those fragrances, you will absolutely fall in love with this one. Next up, at the 4th spot here, this is François Demachy's last dance with Dior, so to speak. This is like his goodbye from the brand, as he's no longer the in-house perfumer. That role is now filled by Francis Kurkdjian. This is going to be an incredible masterpiece. I love what they did here. And this could have been an entirely different release, but they decided to put it under the Dior Sauvage name because obviously it's huge and it's going to have more of a traction. This is a stunner of a fragrance, absolutely beastly. We're talking lavender, cardamom, spices, green, coniferous vibe, very old school like. You have a little bit of the Dior Sauvage DNA here, but it goes into a different territory. There's vetiver here as well, so it's going to be earthy, smoky, and spicy. Full review on this guy. You want to know everything about this one and the entire line of Dior Sauvage, check the card. You will love the take on this fragrance because I go in depth about this one and every other release from this line. But this one here, my favorite and the best, and I'm gonna rock the hell out of this fragrance in the next few months. At the third spot, if you love the note of tobacco and you want a tobacco that's gonna make you smell like $1 million with no two ways about it, I am going to highly recommend and suggest you guys check this fragrance out. From the house of Carolina Herrera, this is going to be Mystery Tobacco. This is a very refined take on the tobacco note. It's going to have a absinthe note up top, which gives this nice booziness opening to the fragrance. Then you're gonna have some spices, a beautiful range of tobacco here from the leafy, wet, and smooth tobacco take here. Not so much like a cigar, more like a cherry pipe tobacco with all the nuances I talked about, almost like a leathery feel underneath, and I love that absinthe up top. Refinement in the bottle, a great tobacco, definitely androgynous. A guy or a gal where you can actually share this with your significant other, your lover, your wife, whatever. This is a beastly tobacco fragrance that I am in love with, and I can't wait to wear this mostly for nights and dressier occasions in 2022. At the second spot, this could have easily been number one. I think this one and the number one on this list will be interchangeable. I'll be wearing both of these fragrances a lot. For the most part, you know, if I'm dressed up or even dressed down sometimes, I'm gonna pick these fragrances because they smell just amazing. This one here from the house of Cartier, which I told you guys in the beginning, always check this brand because they always have these hidden gems, you know, under the radar, off the beaten path kind of fragrances. This is one of them. This is Pacha de Cartier Parfum Edition from 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I love this fragrance. It's been making my top list ever since. And this is basically whiskey, balsam fir, lavender. So it's gonna have that old world, you know, timeless feel to the fragrance with that spices and the beautiful whiskey up top. This is a gorgeous scent at the second spot. And again, one that you can find quite affordable out there. From what you're gonna get here, you're gonna smell like no one else. And I'm telling you, it's gonna give you that edge. It's gonna level up your fragrance wardrobe for sure. I want you to pause the video right now and let me know down in the comments if you know this channel, if you've been following me long enough, what do you believe to be my number one choice designer for 2022? Go ahead, let me know in the comments. This is going to be one that I talked to you guys about for many years now. I believe I talked about this fragrance as soon as it came out in 2014. I did a review for you. I'll pop it up here, or you can just search on my channel. This is Fahrenheit from Dior, but the Lip Parfum edition from 2014. This is an amazing fragrance. We're talking spices, we're talking violet, we're talking vanilla bourbon. And it does have a little bit of the original DNA and vibe here, but it's ever so slightly and very controlled. And again, by adding these bourbon vanilla nuances to this fragrance, the spices, it made this a very seductive and sensual composition. I love the gradient bottle here. To me, this screams fall from the bottle to the scent. This is number one for a reason. It's been number one for many years on this channel, and it continues to be one of the best designer fragrances out there for the fall season, period. No two ways about it. Try this stuff. Thank me later. Hope you guys enjoyed my top 15 choices fall designer 2022. Let me know in the comments. You guys know the drill. I love to read your top choices for this year that you're looking forward to wear. And of course, guys, show me your support. I don't ask for much. Leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, hit the bell to get these videos straight into your feed. As always, guys, smell great, and I'll see you right back here very soon. Oh, by the way, guys, join Scent Explorer 2022, the biggest international niche perfume convention of the Americas. Details below. Check out the website. I truly hope to see you guys in person December 2nd and 3rd, 2022. Take care.